Hello, everyone. Hello. It's your boy Jay Richards to be exact, and you are now logged into J Spot. I'm sorry, it is about 16 minutes late. I was having some technical problems, getting onto the site, but I'm finally here. It took a minute, but I'm finally here. I do apologize. And next Tuesday, it'll 8 p.m. It will start at 8 p.m. But welcome everyone. As I said, the show is J Spot. The topic of discussion is being a father to your child. For everyone that's now getting tuned in, um, this whole topic came about a while. It's actually been going on for it was actually going to be put together for a minute now, but I didn't have the platform or the right tools to go about it. And I got the help, I got the extended hand, so it was finally put together. So we're now here. But more importantly, like I said, as I stated, we're going to talk about being a father to your child. Because it's a lot of kids out here right now children rather, that's misguided and don't have a role model in their life, don't have a father figure. So they don't know the direction to go. So they're lost. And this was a great topic that I wanted to be for my first episode, for my first show, actually, because I felt, I have a lot on my chest, and, a lot should be talked about that's not being talked about in the world. Like, a lot of people avoid the topic. A lot of people, a lot of men out there have kids, know they have kids, and, not even paying attention to their kids, and they're letting someone else raise their kids, and, not necessarily, but misguide their kids because they feel, okay, this is not my child. I don't have to, tell this kid the right thing, or, guide them in the right direction. Yeah, ultimately that's wrong, or whatever the case may be. And, it needs to stop. Like, we need to step up to the plate and be in these kids' lives, and I'm sorry, step up to the plate and, be in these kids' lives and show them the right direction, point them in the right direction. If they're going, down the wrong path, we step up to the plate and push them forward. And really and truly, I mean, shout out to the viewers that's viewing this right now. As I stated, I'm a little late. I do apologize, but better late than never. I'm here. Thank you for all that's tuning in to J Spot. This will be downloaded onto my YouTube channel as well. So those who not able to catch it at 8 p.m., it will be downloaded to my YouTube channel, and I will give that at a later time, my YouTube channel, where everyone can download it and catch up with the episodes as they go along. But as I stated, thank you for everyone that's tuning in, and terribly sorry. Thank you once again for everyone that's tuning in, and yeah, so we're gonna talk about being a father to your child. A lot of kids, a lot of parents out there, a lot of males, I should say. I'm going to start with the males. A lot of males, they have kids out here in the world. It might not be going good with the parents, with the mother. So because it's not going good with the mother, they feel they should automatically cut themselves off from the kids, and that's not right. It shouldn't go that way. Regardless to what you made a kid with this woman. Y'all might not be on the good terms, the best of terms. Y'all might be going through hell. Y'all might be can't even stand each other, whatever the situation is. But those kids that you have with that person, they're still yours. Just because you turn your back on the mother doesn't mean you turn your back on the child. And I see that a lot in this world. Like a lot of men out here, they have bad situations with the mother, and they automatically turn their backs on the kids. And first off, the kids didn't ask to be here. That's first off. So you have the kids, and it's like, okay, me and the mother, we're not going along, for whatever reason. So you automatically cut the mother off. So you like, oh, I'm gonna cut the kids off, and it shouldn't go that way. Um, a lot of kids are like, come from a lot of broken homes. Like, it's just the mother there, or some might be lucky and it's just the father. But in other situations, it's really just the mother. So the kids don't have a father figure. They don't have a role model. Some of them don't even have like an uncle to look up to that can step in there and play a father figure or a role model. So, I'm sorry. So, really and truly, all they have, if you think about it, is they have like the streets, they have their friends, and their friends too might not have any guidance or anybody in their lives. So, all they're going to have really and truly is the streets. So, they get caught up with the whole gang life. They get caught up with the, not wanting to go to school, not wanting to pay attention to their teachers, not wanting to listen to their mothers. So they feel because their father's not in the household that they're the man of the house. So they could run the house. They could do whatever they want. They could come in. They're what, like 12, 13, come in the house 12 o'clock. Like, why are you coming in the house at 12 o'clock and you're only like 12 or 13? And some of the women, like some of the mothers, they don't know how to deal with that. So they'll let the kids do what they want to do, which is also wrong because the mother play a part as well. They'll let the kids do what they want to do. Not go to school, go to school, but not paying attention, getting phone calls from the teachers, not going up to the school, seeing what's the reason for the kid acting out, for the kid acting this way, not paying attention. Like it's something that's going on in that household. And because the child don't have a father, he don't have no guidance. He don't have no one to teach him or to show him right from wrong, like what he's doing right or what he's not doing right. So he just automatically feels like, I don't have a father. I'm the man of the house. My mother don't pay attention to me. I'm going to do me. I'm going to do what I want to do. And for me growing up, like to a certain extent, I had my father in my life as well. But my mother, she played both roles, and she did the best she could. She did the best she could as a mother playing a mother role. Now the father role, she couldn't do that. So, I wasn't expecting her to play that daddy role, but she did her best, and she tried to do what she saw was fit to do. But then I had my older brother, and then I had older sisters. So one older brother and two older sisters. So they were active in my life. So when I was doing wrong, like they pulled me up. They, jumped on my back. They was like, look, you don't do that. You messing up here. Get back into them books. Get back into sports. You don't do that. So I had someone helping me. Well, a couple people helped me actually, showing me the right way, like showing me, where I was messing up at, and to pull myself together and get back on the right track. Now, a lot of kids nowadays in this new generation that's coming up, they don't have that. They don't have a sister. They don't have a brother. They don't even have uncles that are, get them in line, like teach them right from wrong. So all they have is really and truly, they have themselves and the streets and negativity, actually. And that's where a lot of kids is like just messed up in the head, and a lot of kids won't admit it, because they feel, I'm a man, I know what I'm doing, I'm not gonna get in trouble, this, that, and the third, which you are getting in trouble. You don't know you're getting in trouble, but you're about to either send yourself to an early grave or locked up. Sad to say, but a lot of men, they know they have kids out there. For example, like they could know they could live. For example, they could live like 3 blocks away from their kids. They will not pass by their kids. They won't go say hi to their kids. They won't acknowledge their kids. They'll see their kids in the streets and probably just walk past them like they don't even know them or like they never existed. And that's like really messed up right there because, well, as I said before, these kids ain't asked to be here and they're here, and you shouldn't turn your back on them just because the parent, you and the mother are not getting along. You're not seeing eye to eye, regardless to what, regardless to what you're going through with that mother, with that woman. You don't turn your back on them kids. You do not, because them kids go out there and they get themselves into some drama, into some trouble, and God forbid they get killed. Now, only thing you know is, oh yeah, I had a kid with that woman. My child is dead. Then that's when you want to grieve and when you want to mourn and you want to play like that father role. Like it's too late. That kid is gone. When you had the opportunity of being in that kid life, going to get that kid, taking him to the movies, taking him shopping, taking him to buy an ice cream cone. It's little. It's little. It's little or whatever the case may be, but that ice cream cone matters to that kid. That kid just walking to the store with his father, and he's at the ice cream shop getting an ice cream cone with his dad, like, or going to the movies. It might not seem a lot to the father, but to that kid, it's the world to that kid, and that's what these kids need nowadays. Like they need the men to step up and play that part. Like step up to the plate. Like I said, regardless to what you and the mother going through, you don't turn your back on that kid. Now, if you want to turn your back on the mother, so be it. That's your that's that's how you feel. But the kid, you don't turn it back on the kid. Now, if the mother's giving you hell to see that child or those children, then okay, you have some men nowadays, they don't want to fight. They don't want to go to the system, to the courts, to you know, file those papers to see their kids. They just automatically feel, okay, she not letting me see the kids. When the kid get older, that's when I'll jump in the kid life. But in all actuality, you should fight for those kids because kids nowadays don't have nobody fighting for them, and they just messed up. So it's a sad situation. That's right, Makasa, that's true. It's a sad situation because any kid you, any kid, I'm gonna switch it a little. For myself, any child I have in this world, regardless to what, going through any problems with the mother, she's giving me hell. Okay, I'm not gonna argue with the woman. I'm not gonna do what every man in the past did. Argue with the woman, threaten the woman, knocking on the woman's door. Oh, let me see my kid. Da da da. This that, and the third. Okay, granted, you don't want me to see my kid. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take it upon myself. Okay, I'm gonna go down to the courts. You know, get legal help and be like, yo, I want to see my kids, and we're gonna go to court for visitation. Now, we going to court for visitation. You can't keep my kids from me now because now it's not in your hands. It's not in my hands. It's in the court's hands. So once I'm showing that I want to be in my kid's life, you can't tell me nothing. You can't say different. You can't whatever. You could do all that you want to do, but when that time comes for me to see those kids, you gotta let me see them kids. You can't. No, you're not seeing them. Yet this and third, because if you do that, then you get in, I believe, a violation. You get in violation, and then you go through something like you get in trouble behind that. And Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like, not every man want to fight for their kids, and honestly, that's stupid because you made those kids, regardless to what you made them kids. You laid down with that woman, whether it was a one night stand, whether it was a 2 year relationship, whether it was whatever. You laid down with that woman, and a kid was conceived. You and that woman not seeing eye to eye. You don't turn your back on them kids. You fight, you fight, you fight. Like, you fight like you've never fought in your life. And at the end of the day, when them kids get older and them kids see that, my parents don't get along, but my dad did fight to be in my life. My dad did take all these steps to see me. Like, he didn't just give up on me. He didn't just, okay, mommy and daddy not together, so daddy just went his way, mommy went his way. I walked past daddy in the streets, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Like, no. That's true. It does depend on some of the dad's upbringing. That's very true. And that's why I stated earlier, my mother played both sides. She played the mother and the father, but the father part she played to a certain extent. Like, she couldn't teach me how to ride a bike. She couldn't teach me how to rollerblade, play basketball, football. And those that know me, like, I was very active in basketball and football. Like, junior high, straight up into high school. So I was active. And that came from my older brother, as well as my sisters. They stepped up to the plate a little when it came to sports, but they still helped out a little. They came to some games, whether it was basketball, football. They played their sister part as a sister to their little brother. So they did their part. Now, as of my pops, like, okay, granted, he didn't teach me basketball, football. I learned that on my own. I learned that going to practice. I learned that just growing up. I learned that also with the streets. And when I say streets, I mean, going to youth tournaments, going to like different community games, like different tournaments they had growing up. Now I see they don't really have them tournaments now. That's why these kids are so lost. That's why they have so much time on their hands, because growing up for me, we had tournaments. We had something to do on the weekends. We had something to do on the weekdays. You get out of school, you go to football practice or you go to basketball practice. We had something to do. On the weekends, 10 a.m. you had basketball practice. 10 a.m. you had football practice. Whichever one you played, basketball, football, or baseball, however it went, you had something to look forward to on Saturday and Sunday. Nowadays, Saturday and Sunday, these kids, they outside at like 7 in the morning. And it's like, when I think back to it, it's like 7 in the morning, I was still in my bed. I was still, turning over, counting my sheeps. And then I would, my mother would wake me up and, oh, don't you have practice today? And I'm like, oh, yeah, yeah. I'll get up, jump in that shower, get ready, call my friends. Because remember, we didn't have all the social media. We didn't have all of this Facebook, Instagram, all that. We had house phones. We had, you have your bike. You ride to your friend's house. You go knock on his door. You ring his bell. Oh, it's such and such home. Yeah, we got football practice. That's what we had. These kids nowadays, they have like different outlets. Like, they could, if they text you, they don't get you on the text. They get you up on Instagram. They don't get you on Instagram. They get you on Twitter. We didn't have all that. We had the old fashioned way. Like as I stated, pick up that phone, call, or jump on that bike, ride to his house or her house or however. And yeah, it's like stuff changed over the years. And I mean, granted, stuff ain't gonna stay the same. Things change, but you don't let it mess up a child. Like, you don't let it break a child down. Like, I'm sorry, you be in that kid's life no matter what. I didn't have my father, like, as I say, to go on the games with me. I didn't have that. My mother came to like maybe 2 games, if I can remember. She came to like 2 games, but then I had my sisters and I had my brother. So they came and cheered me on. Yeah, go do your thing. Whatever. Because I played both, as I say, basketball and football. So they was always there to cheer. Not always, but they was there to cheer on at some games in my life. And the kids, I don't know. It's like when I touch this subject, it like breaks me down in a way, and it hurts me because it's like these kids are on the wrong path and they just heading for destruction. And the men out here who's making these kids know they have kids out there and they not paying no attention to these kids. They not even calling they kids for their birthdays. I'm not gonna put no one on blast. That's not me, but I have some friends who know that it's their kid's birthday and they don't even call their kids for their birthday. And it's like, I'm not the father, but I have good memory. So when you tell me your kid's birthday is such and such, when that day come, I'm like, yo, ain't today your son's birthday or ain't today your daughter's birthday? Oh yeah, I ain't even calling him or her. Like, it's whatever. He with his mother or she with her mother. And it's like, that's part of you too. That child is a part of you as well. It's not only the mother. You as the father need to step up too and pick up and call and say, hey son, hey daughter, happy birthday. Even if you don't have nothing for the child, you tell that child something. Like, you be like, okay, I'm gonna come see you this day or that day, or we'll go out this day. We'll go to the movies. We'll go shopping. We'll do something. Now, for me, I have a pattern with my son. When my son gets in from school, I always let him know, like, you call me, you text me, you let me know that you're in the house. Like, when I see a certain time come in the evening and I don't get a text from my son, I'm like, okay, hold up. I know he's in the house now. He's supposed to hit me up or text me. And then, I'll reach out and send a text. I'll be like, hey, Jamari, like, what's going on? Why you not, why you didn't hit me up? And then he'll tell me, like, his reason. He'll be like, oh, I just got in the house, or, I got in late from after school. And, that's understandable. I can understand that. But me as a father, like, I worry, and there's so much going on with kids nowadays. You hear kids getting molested. You hear kids getting kidnapped. You hear craziness with kids nowadays. And I just want to be on my son's back. When you get in that house, you let me know you're home. You let me know you're okay. So once he's in the house and I know he's in the house, I feel good. I'm like, okay, my son is in the house. I could continue on with my evening. Oh, that's true. That's true. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's very true. Some kids don't know how to be. Some fathers don't know how to be dads, and they don't know how to be affectionate. It is true. I'm not gonna lie to you. Because another thing I can also say too, my father wasn't affectionate with me. He didn't tell me. I lie to you now. I don't even remember my father telling me I love you, like I love you, son, or good job on that book report, or good job, the good grades. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can't remember my father ever saying anything like that to me. So I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. But because my father was not like that, I'm not gonna be like that to my child or my kids. I'm going to cheer them on. I'm like, good job, son. Good job, daughter. Let me see your report card. Let me know what's going on in your class. Anything going on in your school, I'm gonna come up there. I'm gonna be there. Now for my son, my son is 11 years old. Every event my son had at his school, from daycare all the way up into junior high school, I was a part of it. I was active. His from elementary had like little Father's Day things. I would go up to the school. I'll take a day off from work just to be there because that counts. That matters. That kid seeing his father there, he's showing off his father to his friends like, yeah, that's my dad right there. That's my dad. This, that, this, that, this, that. That's my dad. That makes me feel good, as well as I know it makes that child feel good to know he has his father right in his corner. And everyone that knows me, and a good friend of mine who's viewing this right now, Makesa, she can co-sign that. Like, when it comes to my kid, I don't play. I'm going to be in his life. I'm going to be at every event he has, candy sale, report cards, anything that has to deal with the school. I'm going to be there because I don't want to miss not one moment. I want when my time come and I get older, I want to know my son can say, well, my dad was there for everything that I've had. Now, granted, I'm not going to be there for everything because, something might come up with my job. I might can't make it. Okay, granted. We're gonna miss some moments, some events. We are. We're human. But if you know you can make it to some of those events, do it. Surprise that kid. Surprise that child. Show up. Let them see you in that auditorium clapping. Let them see you at that classroom when he has a school project. Let them see you at his graduation, her graduation. Let them see that. Don't let them know you as literally a deadbeat and someone who didn't care. For someone you didn't care. Salute. I appreciate that. The syndrome, like, it has to be broken because these kids need us. These kids literally need us. And some men out here just making kids left and right. I'm sorry. Some kids, well, you see, that's good. Like, see your ex been up there to the school. Um, thank you. God bless. Um, yeah, that's just been me. I didn't, like I said, I didn't have the father figure, the role model figure all of my life. Like, my pops was there to a certain age, and then it's like he's no more. But I also made that promise to myself that any kids I have, I bring into this world, I'm gonna be in that kid's life. I don't care if that woman puts me through hell. If you want to put me through hell, I'm going to the court. We gonna handle this way. Since y'all want to do it, a civilized, grown up way, we gonna go to the courts. You gonna get subpoenaed or however it go, and you gonna show up at court. You gonna let me see my kid or my children, or however it's one, two, three, how many kids? You're not gonna just run around telling people, oh, yeah, his dad ain't do nothing. His dad ain't this. His dad ain't. No, 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 no. Tell the truth. You didn't let me see my kid. You didn't let me see my children. You ran around parading and fronting like you was the best mother in the world when you was the main one keeping me from my kids. Really and truly, yeah. I do feel my father betrayed me. I'm not even gonna lie. I really do feel he betrayed me. And why I feel that way, I would say he had a lot of, I'm gonna keep it real. He had a lot of women, on him. So for him to pay attention to me, he couldn't do it because he had all these other women throwing themselves at him. So he's like, you know, I got kids, but I'm not paying them no mind. Like, my father has, don't quote me on this, but my father, I believe, has 7 children. I mean, different women, of course, but and all of us feel the same way because he wasn't there for any of us. Any of us. Like, birthdays will come around. Like, for example, my father mixes up my birthday and my brother's birthday. My birthday's in June. My brother's birthday's in August. He calls my brother. He calls my brother wishing him happy birthday on my birthday, and then calling me on my brother's birthday wishing me happy birthday. And I'm like, how you have all these kids and you don't know their birthdays? That's where he went wrong, because you shouldn't be running around here making a million kids with a million different women and you can't even keep up with your kids' birthdays. Really and truly, yeah, the women was more important to him. And I think that's the situation with, like, guys now. They put the women before their kids. Now, you have kids. Okay, you're not with the women, but if you're with a new woman, a new girl or whatever, you if the woman is that type and want to be a part of your kid's life, then you bring your kids around. I mean, only if you feel fit that she's capable, and she won't harm your kids or whatever the case may be, because your kids come first regardless to what. Regardless to what. But you have your kids in your life. You have your kids. If you got a new girl, you have your kids, around your girl. Once you trust her enough. Vice versa, women, you bring a man around your kids. If it's not the father, once you trust that man enough to be around them kids, then go for it. But um um yeah, that right there. He has five other kids and he's not seeing your kid. I don't know the situation. I mean, we're not gonna put it out there, but it could be he's upset with you and him didn't see eye to eye. That's his way of getting back at you. Like, okay, like she did me wrong, so I'm gonna do her wrong, but through the kids, which is wrong. That's straight up wrong. Um, I mean, that's the only thing I could come up with. It could be deeper than that, and like I said, we're not gonna get into that on this discussion because that's personal. But yeah, I really don't know why would he have five kids and take a kid seeing the other kids and not seeing the kid that you and him share. That right there is crazy. Um. Oh, as for my son is 11. And what he likes to do, he like to play basketball. He's active in basketball. Um, he loves math. Like he's a math whiz. Like that little boy, he loves math to the T. Like he's very good at math. Um, and he just loved being a kid. He loved being a kid. Like, and I'm active in his life. I'm in his life. Like every day, I'm talking to him. He's texting me. I'm active in his life. So he's gonna always have a father in his life, regardless of what. If I move 500 miles away, I'm gonna always be in his life. If I move 500 miles away, he's gonna come with me. He's gonna come see me on the weekends. He's gonna be there. He's not gonna be in New York and I'm over here and it's only a phone conversation. No, he's gonna come with me on summers. I'm sorry, he's gonna come with me in the summers. If he gets school breaks and he want to come down, he could come. Like I'm not. That door is never gonna be closed. That door is always gonna be open, no matter where I go. Um, you're right, Makesa. It is to show. It is us fathers. It is our job to show the kids what's right and what's not right. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. But these men, they playing. Sorry, excuse my language, but they playing the fuck boy roles because just because it's not working out with the mothers, they turn their back on the kids. That's not right. You don't do that. You made that kid. You laid with that woman at that point in time. Everything was good and dandy. Y'all was seeing eye to eye when y'all was laying in that bed. So because the kid come, you and the mother not getting along, you just turn your back on the kid? No, that's not right. That's not right. Um, as for the mother not wanting the kids to be around a new girlfriend, I'm gonna be straight up. That's bitter. That's bitter. That woman is being bitter because that man is not. Y'all not together. So why he can't have his kids around his new girlfriend? You and this man are not together. Y'all probably haven't been together in months, years, however. But you don't be bitter and keep your kids away from the father because the father has a new girlfriend. Like you move on. You move on. And it's a lot of bitter women out here in this world, as well as bitter men. I'm not going to point all the fingers at women, but it's a lot of bitter women out here in this world that they're just bitter. They're mad the man moved on. The man probably upgraded, got someone who is a great woman, who's a phenomenal woman, who holds him down, who's there for him, who's in his corner, who loves him, who appreciates him, and that baby mother, she's hurt by that. So because she's hurt, she feel no, my kids is not going around your new girlfriend. But why? When you had that man, you couldn't treat that man the way, he wanted to be treated. Just like, like I said, it go both ways. The man don't treat the woman right. It goes both ways, regardless of who broke up with who, whatever. But keeping a woman, keeping your kids away from that man new girlfriend, or keeping the kids away from the father just because he has a new girlfriend, that's just bitter. That's straight up and down bitter, because move on. Go out there. If you need time to heal, heal. If you need time to find yourself, find yourself. But you move on. Because when you and that man break up, it's not about you and him anymore. It's about them kids. And by you keeping them kids away from that man and his new girlfriend or his new wife, that says a lot about you. You're bitter. Because what you rather? You rather your kids grow up and resenting their father, or hating their father, not knowing you're the reason why this man can't see his kids. You're right. That is childish. That is childish. And I went through a situation like that, and it actually still going through a situation like that, and it's bitter. It's really bitter. Because when you and that man break up and you're not together anymore, like I said, it's not about you and him anymore. It's about them kids or that child. Let that kid be a part of his father. Let that kid be with his father. Let those kids be with their father. Let them kids go hang out with their father and the new girlfriend or the new wife. Let them kids be. Like, don't hold no grudge or no animosity towards that man, whether if he broke up with you or you broke up with him, or he moved on and found better, and you hurting. Move on. We all been hurt. We all been hurt. I'd be lying to you if I said I've never been hurt. I've been hurt in my life. I've been hurt relationship wise. I've been hurt. But I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh no, I haven't been hurt. I've never been hurt. I'm a man. No, I've been hurt. And I moved on. I healed. I moved on. And I got better and I got stronger. And I bounced back. I bounced back. And that's what hurt them the most, when you bounce back and they see you bounce back and they like, oh, he's not miserable anymore. He's not in his misery anymore. That hurts them, because the baby mother is like, damn, he's good now. He's healing. Yeah, I'm good. You hurt me. I'm good. I'm good. And it is jealousy. It's childish and it's jealousy. These women need to let them kids be around their father. Let them be around their father. Now, I'm going to throw something out there. It's a bit personal, but I'm going to put it out there because it's happened to me. It was 2 years in a row. Last year and the year before, I didn't see my son for Father's Day. Now that hurt me. I mean, I've talked to him over the phone, yes, but I had something planned with him, and I didn't get to fulfill that plan. Why? Because of the jealousy, because of the being bitter. And it's like I didn't, like I said, I didn't go crazy. I didn't call her and threaten her. I didn't go through all of that, because that's what she wants. And as men, we got to be smarter. We have to be smarter. That's what she wanted. She wanted me to call and threaten and knock down doors and bang on windows. No, I'm not doing that. Because you're not going to have a reason to call the police and say, yeah, my baby father's at my door. He's threatening me, this, that, and the third. And then the police come and I don't run. I don't move. I stay there. And you get a report against me. And then next thing you know, I can't see my kids. And then if I do see my kids, it's through visitation. No, that's not happening. That is not happening. And you're right. Whatever don't kill you does make you stronger. That is not going to happen with me. You're right. You're not going to get nowhere in life being spiteful. And that woman is still spiteful, but it is what it is. I pray about it and I just leave it in the hands of the Lord, because I'm not gonna be that father, that man that's gonna give her the satisfaction of winning and me calling and threatening and going through that. No, because you're not gonna use that against me. One thing about me, I learn from other people's mistakes. And if I see someone made a mistake somewhere, I'm not gonna make that mistake because I learned from that person's mistake. So if that person going knocking down his girl door and he break the window and she call the cops and he get locked up, and he get locked up and he don't see his kids for months to a year, I'm learning from that. Why? Because I'm seeing what's going on. I see, okay, he did this, he did that. He thought it was right, but it wasn't right. And now he don't see his kids. And then if he do see his kids, it's through visitation. Someone, you in an ACS case, and someone is sitting there in the middle of you sitting with your child or your kids. That's wrong. And I'm not going to give no woman that power over me to take it to that extreme and knock me down and make me get crazy. And then she have a reason for me not to see my kids. Because like I said, this is what she wants. This is what most spiteful, bitter, jealous women want. When they know you a certain way and they know you have a certain mentality and a certain mind frame, they know how to get you. They like, okay, I know this will tick him off. I know if I keep the kids away from him, this will hurt him. He'll get crazy. And then when he get crazy, I'm going to call 911. I'm sorry. And then he'll get crazy and I'll call 911. And the cops are coming and he get locked up. And then I press charges and he don't see his kids. I've seen too many men fall down like that. And I can't be one of those men. I can't. See, I salute you. I salute you. I salute you. Because your son ain't see his father in 2 years. And you never stopped him from seeing him. So that means you still have the door open for the father to still come and be a part of that kid's life. It's the father who chooses not to go to that door. It's not you. You did your part. And you're still doing your part. The door's still open. All he has to do is just come. All he has to do is call. All he has to do is text you. I'm coming to see my son. I'm coming to see my son. I'm coming to take my son here. I'm coming to take my son to a baseball game, a football game, a basketball game. It's the man. It's the man. And men got to get out of that hardcore ways. Like they too good to call a mother. They too good to call her to check on they son or their daughter. And look at that. He live in the same town as y'all. And like, what is wrong with these men that's doing that? I really don't get it. Like, I understand they say it's a syndrome or whatever. I understand that. But the ice has to be broken. We as men have to break that ice. Like, we got to break that ice. Like, you and this woman not getting along. Okay, Grant, I'm going to break that ice. I'm going to go call to see my kid. I'm going to go take my kid to do something with my kid. I'm telling you from experience, just taking that child to the pizza shop will put a smile on that kid's face. He might do it right then and there in front of you, or he might do it when he get home. Like, I was with my dad today. My dad took me to the pizza shop. My dad took me to get ice cream. My dad took me to ride my bike. My dad took me to teach me how to play catch with a football. My dad showed me basketball drills. Believe it or not, that means something to that kid. And I've seen that with my own two eyes. My own two eyes. I've seen that in my son's eyes. I've seen it. And it matters. Like, it matters. It really matters. It really matters. Because no kid want to be in this world by themselves. No kid want to know all he know is his mother's side of the family and not his father's side of the family, or not even know his father. No kid wants that. Every kid in this world wants and needs a father in his life, needs a role model. Yes, granted, salute to the women who play both parts. Salute to y'all. I will always tip my hat and always give the utmost respect to y'all women. Salute to y'all. But at sometimes, it's not only for a woman, the man has to play his part as well. And you see, look at that. Like you work with your you work with your son's father, and it's crazy. Like, and situations like this is bugged out because some women work with the baby fathers. Some women see the baby father every day. Some women might even live in the same building with the baby father. And all it takes is for the father to reach out. That's true. There are some men who play both roles. That is true. That is true. And I can honestly say that because to a certain extent I'm living proof of it, but that is very true. There are some fathers that play both roles. And um with the women, like to the Shay, you work with your kid's father, and uh, I don't know. Sometimes I get a little speechless because it's like, sorry for me saying this, but why are some of these men even living? And then the crazy part, the crazy thing, before I forget, um, you have the men who don't do nothing. When I mean nothing, nothing. Don't even buy the kid milk. Don't even buy the kid Pampers. Don't even buy the kid wipes. Don't even buy the kid a teething ring. But those are the men the women don't put on child support. Those are the men that don't go on child support. And then you have the men who do for their kids, who do everything for the kids, go above and beyond for their kids. And those the one who get hit with the child support. Like it's really crazy. Like it's bugged out because it's like it's messed up. Like why is that? Like I don't even know. I don't even have the answer for that. I don't even have the answer for that. But the men who don't do nothing, who don't go see the kids, who don't pay the kids any mind, whatever, they don't get hit with nothing. No child support. But then you have the kid, I mean, then you have the fathers who do, like I said, above and beyond. They go above and beyond for their kids. And and the guy moved on. Oh, he get hit with child support. He get hit with, you gotta pay $200-300. And it's like, but I do for my kid and you wanna still get in my pockets even more? It's crazy. And some women, they take advantage of the system. I'm sorry. Some women take advantage of the system. They know they could get in that man's pocket. Although that man could do for his kid, they gonna still do it. Get in his pockets. I'm gonna get him for whatever everything he got. It's crazy. Um, that's true. Some parents can't get along for nothing. That's so true. Some parents can't get along for nothing. They really do have get along issues. That is true. That is true. But it comes it comes with someone has to break the ice. Someone has to break the ice and be like, look, okay, we don't get along, but we have a kid together or we have children together. So Our back and forth beefing, let's put it on hold. It's about these kids or this child. Someone has to break the ice. And I know some might say it's easier said than done. That's true. It is easier said than done. But when you want the best for your child, I think you put your child first. I'm sorry. When you want the best for your child or your children, you put that kid first. You you whatever you and the guy going through, you push that to the back. It's about that kid or those children. You push y'all beef into the back. And you focus on them kids. Um ooh. Um you have some I would call that a petty father. You have some petty fathers out there that, they pay their child support so they feel when Christmas, birthdays, holidays, they get nothing. Just take it out the child support. You're right. You're absolutely right. And I call those petty fathers because um, regardless to what, you still get your kid a gift. You still call your kids. You still, whatever. You still reach out to them kids. You still give that kid something for his birthday. Now, if you, if you, feel like that, like if some men might feel, she's getting child support, so I'm not giving no clothing or no sneakers, no video games. I'm not sending nothing to the mother's house. Okay. If you're gonna do that, if the father lives, I'm guessing the father will live elsewhere. If the father lives elsewhere, you still buy your kids something and you just keep it with you. So when you have your kids, I'm sorry, when you have your kids, everything you bought for that child or those kids, you let them wear it when they're in your custody. So the women can't, throw shade at you and be like, oh, you're not doing for your kids, this, that, and third, blah, blah, blah. You do for your kids. You're just not sending the clothing or whatever the material, the materialistic stuff to the mother's house, but you do for your kids. And yeah, that's a petty father. I'm not even gonna can't even sugarcoat it. That's a petty father who feels that way, who paying child support and feel they getting extra and they don't want to do they don't want to do extra. That's true. That's true. Sometimes that's all you can do is play your part and pray about the rest. That is so true. That is so true. Um, um, that is so true. You got three kids with one woman. Yeah, you're a good father. I salute you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. You're a good father. Um, I'm the I feel the same way. In fact, like as I stated earlier, if I have kids with any woman, like I'm gonna be in that kid's life. I'm gonna be there. I'm not gonna, you know, turn my back just because me and the mother not together. No, I'm gonna be there. But some fathers they just can't do that, and that chain needs to be broken. It really needs to be broken because these kids need us. They need us. There's no other way to put it. These kids need us. Now, um, I remember I believe it was last year summer. I was in the park with my son, and was playing football, playing catch, stone football, whatever the case may be. And it was like three. It was some guys in the park. They were playing. I believe, I believe it was soccer. They were playing. I think they were playing soccer. And the soccer ball came over to me and my son, and the guys came over to get the ball, and they was like, "Yo, you doing an excellent job right there." And I was like, I was a little lost. 'Cause I'm like, What is this guy talking about? So I'm like, excuse me. He's like, no, you in the park, you playing with your kid. He was like, it's a lot of men out here who don't do what you're doing. And I looked at him and I was like, well, I looked at them and I was like, well, yeah. I mean, I made him, so I'm going to be here with him. If my son wants to go to the park and play whatever, soccer, football, basketball, baseball, I'm there. Once he calls me, he's like, Dad, I want to do this, I want to do that. I'm there. I am there. And men, like, some men put in women before they kids. Like they know they kid have a play at their school, and like the girl they running around the streets with, the girl want to go to Benihana's. They will go to Benihana's and forget about their son's play at the school. And it's like, what's more important? You witnessing your child at a recital, a play, whatever, rather than going to Benihana's to eat with some girl who you can't even see yourself having a kid with. So it's just a smash and go. Like, you're gonna put your kid to the back burner just to go to Benihana's with a random chick. We got to do better. Like, really and truly, we got to do better. Because these kids didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to be here. But I mean, I do want to thank, everyone who, tuned in. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Before I go, I just seen two comments that I didn't get to address. Tattoo shop. You're right. Some men do have the mindset, if they can't be with the mother, they don't want to deal with the child. You are absolutely right. That's effed up. It is effed up on all levels. But it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't. If you feel, you can't be around the kid just because you and the mother not together, go get counseling, go get help. Let someone help you to want to be around that kid, knowing you're not with the mother, but go get help. Seek counseling, like, do something. But don't let that kid grow up and know, just because you and the mother aren't together, that you have to turn your back on the kid. Don't do that. Um. All right, everybody. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to my very first episode of Jay's Spot. We will be here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. sharp. 8 p.m. sharp. I apologize. I got up here like 16, 17 minutes late. But we will be up here every Tuesday, 8 p.m. sharp. And, for those who now tuning in, this link will be downloaded to my YouTube channel. So you will be able to go to my YouTube channel, check it out, catch wind of everything that was said. Yeah, I do hope that this topic touched, you know, and shed some light on situations because it's what I wanted to talk about for my first topic because I felt it was important and it was needed and it needed to be talked about. I'm not gonna run away from the truth. I'm gonna run to it if anything. I'm not gonna run away from it. But thank you once again, everyone. Thank you to Bhavani for putting this all together, making this possible. My very first episode, Jay's Spot, being a father to your child. It will be more interesting topics because I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot to get off my chest, and hopefully it'll make us better people. Like we'll break that ice, and I'm sorry, we'll break that ice, and we'll be able to get along with one another. We'll be able to get along with that bitter baby mother or that deadbeat father or that person you can't talk to, or life is too short. Really and truly, life is too short. You have people out here in other countries dying for nothing. Just getting on the train and it blows up, or getting in an airplane and it blows up. Like this world is too. Life is just too short, and I know a lot of us can't, forgive. Some can forget, but some can't forgive. But let's always remember that life is too short. Life is too short. But until next Tuesday, 8 p.m., we will return with another episode of Jay's Spot. And thank you for everyone who tuned in. Thank you for everyone who, left comments. I'm sorry for those who comments I couldn't respond to, but it was seen. I was just so deep into the topic, like, I couldn't get to answer everyone, but thank you for everyone who tuned in. No matter where you at, just thank you. And we will be back next Tuesday at 8 p.m. for another episode of Jay's Spot. So once again, salute. And I'll see you next week. All right. Good night.